So this is a kind of like an impromptu video. I just kind of have an idea that I want to share with you guys. And it's a little bit kind of tied into a prior video that I did. And I did a video on abundance, and I talked about how we are always 100% abundant. We just may be abundant in lack if we find that that's what's in our lives. Now, in the same way, what I want to talk about is how we can have complete trust in who we are, complete trust in our vision, and complete trust in the potential that we have. Now, how do we develop that kind of trust in ourselves? Well, it's a similar ideology that I used in that idea to also apply towards this. So the idea is that you always 100% trust in something. The key is to 100% trust in yourself and to trust in what you're capable of. The idea is that if we find ourselves doubting ourselves, we aren't really doubting ourselves. We're having a 100% trust in an ideology or a belief that is out of alignment with who we are, and that's why it feels negative. That's why the doubt doesn't feel good. So again, what it's about is understanding that we are always 100% abundant, and that if we find ourselves experiencing something that we don't prefer or doubting ourselves, that doubt is having a 100% trust in something that doesn't resonate with us, or having that trust in something that is out of alignment with who we are. So this is the idea. The idea is that if we believe in our power and the thoughts correlate with that, we feel good. But if we believe in unworthiness of ourselves, or we're currently focused on how unworthy we are, that's where the doubt comes from, because we are focusing and relating to the world in a way where we don't think we have that power. So again, it means that we still have trust. It just means we have trust in a definition that doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve who we are, and that's why we experience the effects of having negative emotion. So the way that we move through that is we get to the core of who we are, we get to the core of what we believe, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to ask ourselves, what would I have to believe is true for me to feel this way? So if I were to give an example, I could use the example of somebody that maybe doesn't think they can perform at a top level in some type of sport. So maybe the idea is they just started, they've been playing tennis for a couple of years, they want to take their ability to the next level, but they don't necessarily believe that they can. They don't necessarily believe that they can compete at the level they need to. Well, it's not that they actually doubt themselves as much as it is as they might just believe and they might just trust some definition or some ideology about themselves, and because they believe that, they experience that gap of where they want to go to where they are. So the idea behind them getting to the core of that is understanding that they need to ask, what would I have to believe is true for me to have this type of experience where I can't take my life to the next level with my tennis skills? Well, what they would then maybe find is that they could trace it back to when they first started playing tennis, and maybe somebody made fun of them for the way that they were playing and they became self-conscious about it. Or maybe they just always were competing with people that were so good that they felt like they weren't adequate enough. So there's lots of different scenarios that we can look at, but the idea is for that individual to get to the core of why they believe what they believe, and that then from that point understand that they can redefine themselves. The first part of this is understanding awareness. When you understand awareness and you become cognizant that that's what you believe, you then have the power, because from that point you can then choose what you prefer to believe and you stop that momentum. See, before, when it's an unconscious thing, it's very likely that those things continue to happen because it happens in like a pattern. I know even in my own life, the things that I do that become unconscious is because I've done them so repetitively that I just simply think that's the way life is. But one thing that I've noticed is that the more that I redefine myself, the more that I become aware of what I'm thinking of, is the degree to which I really expand my own potential. Because then from a neutral point, I can decide what really resonates with me, and then I can take action from that spot. I can take action from that powerful point of view rather than something that then doesn't resonate with me. So to recap, you always have 100% trust in something. The idea is to choose it to be in definitions that actually serve you. Define yourself as something more than what you have already done up until this point. Define yourself as ability, with the ability to accomplish what you want in life. Have the ability and have the trust in yourself by knowing that it depends upon what you're focusing on. The most powerful thing that you have is your focus. So tune your focus to understanding the core of who you are, towards understanding that you have the ability to focus on what really serves you, and you'll start to feel better in life, and you'll notice that you even then have more potential. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video, subscribe below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.